Good morning, Drive Radio fans. Richard Rush here with John Rush. And this morning, a lovely Colorado morning, perfect, not too hot, not too cold, we are going to be reviewing the 2013 Toyota FJ Cruiser. And this is the Trail Team Special Edition 2013 model. And fans, keep in mind that the 2014 model of the FJ is going to be the last year that they are putting it into production. It'll only come in a the light blue color of the FJ40, and they will only make 2,500 of that. So with that being said, let's take a look around. Alright fans, so as you can see, this has the cement gray color, and this is Toyota's special version for this Trail Team's Special Edition, I guess you could say. It has just this cement color, which they added it, and once again, keep in mind that after this year, after the 2014 production year, you will no longer be able to purchase a FJ Cruiser.
This is the end of the run. So if you want to go buy one of these, now's the time. Find a used one. My prediction, personally, and this is John speaking, my prediction is I think you're going to see these hold their value fairly well. There's a loyal following of this particular vehicle, so my thought would be, if you want a vehicle that you're not going to have as much depreciation is over time, still have a lot of fun with it, this would probably be your choice. Well,
and yeah, you mentioned the fun factor, and we didn't get to take this up into the mountains and do any other four-wheeling like that, but this model does come with some different suspension. The TRD Toyota, Toyota's racing team, it comes with a different exhaust pipe with some different wheels, so, some better suspension. It's just this particular model, and as well as the new 2014 model, are all going to be a little bit more off-road capable right off the bat. But yeah, like you said, this car, they compare it on Toyota's website to a Jeep Sahara, the Nissan Xterra. So they're comparing to that off-road capability, but we'll show you some nice features that this has on the inside. But with that being said, let's take a ride, see how it handles, and see the ride capability of it, and then we'll take a look at the interior. Okay fans, we're here for the driving portion of this 2013 FJ Cruiser, which we forgot to mention on the outside portion. This car does top out about $38,000. They haven't revealed the 2014 pricing for those 2,500 special edition models, but this car is right under that 40,000 mark, fully loaded, just above that. So that being said, we'll take our driving portion. We'd like to start out by saying, in this Trail Teams Edition model, you can see that the rear view camera is integrated into the rear view mirror, which is a nice feature when you're looking, because you should be looking at your rear view mirrors anyways. But it's great. So with that being said, let's kind of take off and take a ride. It is powered by a 270 horsepower, 270 horsepower V6 engine. It has a great sound on the outside with the TRD exhaust, and it really does sound good. And we'll kind of go over some rougher portions of this. But Dad, what did you feel about the ride? Was it comfortable?
The ride's good. I mean, you can definitely tell you're driving a short SUV with a frame under it. The V6 engine with that horsepower, is adequate at our elevation. I wish it had a supercharger or something along those lines. It just, there's times where you want to get around traffic, or you want to do something that you need a little extra oomph for, and while the V6 works well, it'd be nice to have that as a feature, which I have not checked aftermarket on this vehicle to see whether or not that's available. That's something you'd have to investigate on your own. But regardless, nice vehicle. And again, I go back to what I said earlier. If this is a vehicle that you want to try to buy to avoid some depreciation on down the road, I think that this would be a good choice for that. I think you're going to see less depreciation with this over time than you would a Jeep. And I know a lot of you out there probably would disagree, and you'll argue with me, and a lot of you Rubicon fans are going to say that I'm crazy. Well, when you start looking at limited runs of things, and you've looked at a great following of a vehicle like this one has had, and then all of a sudden it goes away and they're not making it any longer, I think you're going to see it retain its value fairly well. That's just my opinion. And we should have got a picture of the inclinometer, and you can actually see where you're going with your, if you're really getting off-road, you can kind of see where you get a 25-degree angle, 30-degry angle, etc. That's all done there, which is really kind of a slick feature that they include, which I like.
It really is. There's some different features on here. I would have liked this to be maybe a touch screen, kind of come into the
yeah. This seems antiquated, and Toyota, I don't know about your 2500 run if you're still going to do the same thing. I mean, does it work? Yes. Does it play the radio? Yes. Does the Bluetooth work? It's cumbersome to set up. It does work. Doesn't mean that I wouldn't buy this vehicle just because of the radio, but it just seems like you've got this really great vehicle. You get it fully loaded. It's over 40 grand. and you have what I would consider to be a low-end radio. So sorry, that's my only knock of it.
Well,
Other than that, I love the vehicle.
Well, I would say the same. Has great turning radius, very short. You can get into a lot of tight spots. If you're four-wheeling, you don't have to really worry about swinging out wide. It would be great.
Good approach angles, by the way. Good approach and departure angles, which of course you need four-wheeling. So yeah, great vehicle. So with that, I'll tell you what, guys, continue on, keep watching us. We'll be right back, and we'll finish out this review. All right, fans, we're back, and as Richard said a minute ago in the driving portion, or before the driving portion, the capabilities of this, we did some testing with it, but I apologize, we just haven't had the ability to get totally off-road with it. We've had this vehicle for 3 or 4 days, as all Toyota called me kind of on a moment's notice and said, hey, would you guys like to review this? We're going to quit making them. You want to get this out to your fans, etc. And we said yes, by all means, we'd love to. But Richard, let's take a look real quick at the insides and see some of the key features of the interior of the FJ.
Well, the FJ is really made, and you can just see by, I mean, the back of the seats it's a plastic, and even when you pull this out, it's really made to be used in a rugged environment. So you pull out this mat,
all this can be washed out, rinsed out.
It can be washed, rinsed out, and we'll show you.
110 outlet over here in the corner. Flip a seat down real quick. Let's see what that looks like.
On the back.
Well, and by the way, we've already got the headrest down and out of the way, so to get the seat down, the bottom seat flips up, and then this seat folds down. You can see if you had both of those down, how much cargo room you'd actually have in the back, which really would be a lot. So if a couple of guys up hunting, you want to throw a bunch of stuff in the back, a bunch of camping gear, things like that, yeah, you'd have plenty of room to do that. And Richard, real quick, what's the scoop? I didn't even ask you. What's the scoop back here? I see these struts for the window. Does this window actually pop in and out, or have we even tested that to see if
honestly,
that does?
we haven't tested that. I'm assuming that it does, but I'm not. Once again,
We'll have to look inside and see. I bet that window actually pops up, which is kind of a cool feature.
I believe it does, and I believe, once again, with Toyota, I'm not sure if it pops out or not. But it. Okay, fans. Well, we figured out how this back window works. I know we're talking about it in a second, and what you do is, it's really a nice feature actually. It goes over the spare tire, but you just take your key, put it in, and like you would normally lock or unlock the car, you just hold it to the right, it pops open, and now you have a back hatch.
Which gives you the ability to kind of reach in and out, or carry something long out the back.
Or leave it open if you're driving down the road.
Exactly, or leave it open and just have some air going through the vehicle. But yeah, so we did kind of figure that out, so we'll add that into the rest of the review. Thanks.
Does have, I mean, it does, which you notice that has the full-size tire on the back, which is nice if you are up four-wheeling, something happens. And
full-size spare.
And on Toyota's website, it shows that you can, on the back here, you can fully put, you know, a typical jack back here to jack it up in order to get it unstuck.
High lift jack's what Richard's referring to. All right, well, let's take a real quick look through the inside here, and you can see they've got these little short kind of, we used to call these in the old days a suicide door to get in the back seat. And there's not a ton of room, but you know, when you get everything flipped up, it's also not too bad. Flip that down, you can see the leg room in here is not bad. You can, we actually took a little trip the other day, Richard and I and his girlfriend and my wife, and we had 4 of us in it and plenty of room in the back seat, and it worked out fine. So no problems with that whatsoever. Nice interior, as Richard said, all rubberized in the bottom where you can actually wash everything out. This TRD model has got a really slick, you know, anodized aluminum shifters, which is really pretty cool. The only thing about this car I don't like, and we mentioned this in the driving portion, is the radio. It seems a little bit outdated to me. I wish they had the full Intune system in it, but to Richard's point, it's got nice headroom in it. You can see Richard sitting in the driver's seat, sits in it comfortably.
Has your hill control, so if you're at the bottom of the hill, you can hit this, turn this on if you're in the proper gears. Hit this on, and it literally will crawl you right up the hill. And this is your degrees. It'll show you how much you're tilted. So if you are doing the off-roading, here's your time, and then your compass, obviously. But really, honestly, on the inside, it's not a car that you're buying for luxury. Keep that in mind.
No, this is a trail-ready vehicle that you're buying to really meet some needs, camping, off-roading. And again, back to my earlier statement, if you want a vehicle that you can buy that I think is going to do pretty well holding its value, I think this would be a vehicle to do that with. But Richard, tell the folks how they can watch us or listen to us on the weekends even.
Well, on the weekends we are live in 560 The Source here in Colorado. Every Saturday from 10 until 1. You can tune in if you're in Colorado, just 560 on your radio dial. If you're not, head to the TuneIn app or tunein.com, search 560 The Source, or go to 560thesource.com, hit the listen live button, and it'll take you to us. But also check out our other videos on YouTube. We have a variety of different reviews, not just a rugged off-road. We have luxury, we have speed, we have nice family cars, so check us out there. But tune into our YouTube channel, tune into us on Saturday, and thanks for tuning in.